That belongs in a museum.
Right.
Murloc Paladin comes out on top.
Yeah, and the Paladins have beaten the Warriors too in this tournament. Even though we highlight the moments where it doesn't because the Anyfin can happen is so ridiculous.
Yeah.
That only 3 Chargers come out and 4 War Leaders take up the board space.
Like Justicar Trueheart being in the bottom 10 cards, which actually isn't that unlikely, can make this matchup completely different. You know, all of the Murlocs being in the top 20 cards, which we haven't seen this tournament either, could also make this matchup completely different. So there's a lot of things that need to be considered when talking about this matchup in particular.
What? That is sexy.
Whoa.
Listen, I think Brian Kibler's on break right now, but he is jumping up and doing the monkey dance right now.
It's hard to see, but I can see his...
Because even though it's like your game plan isn't dictated upon what your opponent's threats are, the fact is you want him to have less options to remove your board. Like, if he has a revenge, don't pick it up. Okay. Well, you have to pick up the revenge, so not the happiest of situations for PinPingho.
I don't think Deathwing even matters. Pretty sure it's just completely unplayable.
If he doesn't draw us a Brawl.
But you need to play the Belcher after the Brawl no matter what.
With a capital M. Which grammatically doesn't make sense, but you get the emphasis, TJ. It might be relevant.
Yeah. Deathwing might be relevant. Capitalized every single word. The beginning of every single word.
Ddahyoni's playing Sylvanas, which is interesting. I'm actually very surprised that Ddahyoni didn't revenge and choose to tank up. And again, he's sacrificing a lot of his health pool. And I'm finding a way that he can rationalize it. The only way I can see is that he wants to get aggressive with the Grommash health.
Control Warrior. And he's got Sylvanas and Deathwing.
Yeah, I have to imagine that he doesn't have the Deathlord side of it.
Yeah.
Ddahyoni pretty unhappy to see Sylvanas go down to 1 HP because now the Whirlwind will effectively kill it. Oh, I guess he's just going to trade into it right afterwards. That's fine too.
Saving some life total at the end of the day.
I still don't feel comfortable playing any of the Zombies Child. Yeah, I like holding on to it. Okay, Brawl number 1. Being discovered here. He's going so aggressive. Look at this.
I like this.
He's going hard in the paint. To the dome.
He smells the Grand Finals. Whatever the Grand Finals smells like, he wants it.
Well, PinPingho has an answer with the Aldor Peacekeeper, so it's not exactly guaranteed. Ddahyoni goes aggressive. We've seen so many times this matchup being played from an extremely passive point of view. This is incredibly interesting to me, and I don't know if it's gonna work out, but I'm excited.
Yeah.
Because he's saying, if you can't answer my stuff, maybe I'll just win before that. Is he gonna play the Golden Monkey and just say, throw all caution to the wind, just say, I'm just gonna try to win right now? All right, he's gonna go for the Sludge Belcher instead.
Well, that also means that he's starting to, give up that plan of going for the late game.
I don't mind it if it works out. I mean, one of the situations is, the reality is you don't have to be in this defensive position. Ddahyoni is a man, and he is going to seize the Murloc by the horns.
Yes, he is. Oh, a quality Consecrate is drawn, but still, PinPingho needs those Murlocs, and...
Dude, I love Ddahyoni close out the game. If he picks up Ragnaros, for example, if he picks up King Crush, these are all possibilities that he can get.
He even takes the 3 damage.
Willingly. He's completely underestimating the fact that Ddahyoni is he's going to audible here, call a completely different play instead of all defense into offense. Wow, hold on. He's got Ash first and then Golden Monkey. And then he's going to be really sad when Leroy Jenkins. Let's do it! He's got 3 mana, so he can play Van Cleef or whatever he wants. Some of the Bane sisters.
Lore Walker Cho.
Ddahyoni got his ticket to the Asia Pacific Finals through the Golden Monkey. Will it be his ticket to the finals? I bet it's not bad.
I'd say it's pretty good. Tashi's okay as well. All right, well, we do have another Murloc. But does PinPingho have time?
Wait, Toshli can get... Oh, he's going to use the Consecration. All right. Toshli can get the Time Rewinder, and I was anticipating an opportunity to use it on Grommash, which, by the way, he's been through a lot in his life. He went from Enraged to to a law-abiding citizen to
Oh man,
suffering from equality.
this is going to be
Twice.
This is going to come down to the wire, I think, Dan.
Nah, he's just gonna rip something. I'm feeling it.
All right.
Reno Jackson, he doesn't need it, but he's certainly got a Toshli to follow up, and this is an imposing board. PinPingho has used both of his equalities. He can't stop just a non-stop wave of big minions.
He can trade in the Bluegill Warrior, and he'd have 2 Bluegill Warriors and a War Leader. So he could clear the board with Anyfin Can Happen. With Anyfin Can Happen -- 1.
Right.
But
And
that's
then
only
Anyfin number
3
two.
Murlocs.
Anything number 2 has to stick.
Oh, there was 2 War Leaders and only 1 Bluegill.
Oh, I don't know, man. He gave an opportunity for him to get another spare part for lethal, but it's not it. 2 Rusty Horns.
But
Maybe if you fuse them together to do damage, they could do something.
the Beast.
You put him at 1. Reno Jackson heals for 7, but it doesn't matter. It's a 4-6. Is this going to be the epic conclusion?
Ddahyoni taking such a different approach to this matchup than anything we've seen across the tournament so far. Really applying the pressure.
PinPingho is very much alive to a second Anyfin, too. I like it. Taunt everything.
Oh, man.
Keep Aviana alive. PinPingho needs to draw a huge card here. And that's not it.
Anyfin will bring back 2 Bluegills now and 2 War Leaders. So I still think he can clear.
I believe you're right. He should be able to.
He will clear.
Mm-hmm.
And that's going to be,
It's gonna be
with a deck full of legendaries, can he find a way to deal 2 War Leaders and 2 Bluegills? So he won't have room for it all.
Wait, he also gets a 3-3. Does that cloud up his board too much? Oh, no, that's perfect.
He's still good. He's still good.
Yep. It's a lot of damage.
So,
I bet he wish he really had Deathwing right now.
Baron Geddon, Leroy Jenkins, Grom Hellscream,
King Crush is my
Deathwing.
preferred tool of destruction. Antonitis. Oh, man.
And
That
is he
so
dead?
much damage on board.
He's dead.
He can't actually do anything.
Look at PinPingho's face. He's like, please don't have 1 damage. Oh, thank you.
Just in case you guys don't know, when you cast a spell with Antonitis,
Oh, no.
you get a fireball. But also, when you're staring at over 50 damage, you also lose because you can't stop it. That's going to wrap up game 3.
Wow. The biggest sigh of relief coming from PinPingho. What a match.
Dude, I don't even know what to say. The power's like Sludge Belcher being really powerful too to squeeze it mana-wise. Coin Mal'Ganis?
Whoa.
PinPingho is so brave.
No time for games.
Oh man, Ddahyoni is also greedy. He's gonna get punished by the Iron Beak Owl.
These are just some bold plays back and forth.
Wow. Yeah, I mean,
Both of these guys came to the playground to throw down, Dan.
this Saturday night in Hollywood, California. You know, in PinPingho, because he can get this damage in, now Ddahyoni has to pay twice the amount of life than he should have done. However, I mean, he still feels pretty comfortable, I guess. The reality is Demon Handlock is still very much board-oriented. He's at 22. He still feels safe.
The thing is, he could have done this last turn, and I applaud the greed, because you can't just always play around now. You can't just always play around worst-case scenarios. Ddahyoni doing some
Beautiful mind math calculations.
Yeah.
I don't understand it.
The numbers are just flying, continuously applying pressure. Dr. Boom is a very risky card to play when you have anything else on the board, just because it makes you so susceptible to brawl. So I'd imagine he's going to take a really sort of passive-ish play here. Maybe 2 creatures played, either a heal bot and maybe a taunt giver, a molten giant and a taunt giver, to try and play around brawl as much as possible.
Shields up.
All right, plays a Molten. Realizing that his hand's a little bit awkward, the
Bad outcomes.
he could also increase his chances by tossing another Armor Smith in. All right, well, here we go, the brawl. If a Giant survives, it's bad news. Uh-oh.
The chosen one strikes again.
The good one, the bad one, the damaged one survives. We can shield slam it.
He still has to use a removal, but getting that full health taunted up Molten Giant out of the way is actually a really big deal.
It still stinks that you have to use the spell.
Yeah.
You could have kept it and had more flexible options.
Yeah.
And now PinPingho can go for the Dr. Boom. Here's an interesting question, in some capacity. I don't see it though because Ddahyoni is just slightly out of range.
And also Armor Smith makes it a little bit awkward with Hellfire.
Right, it's true. Oh, well, you know it's not awkward.
That's
Hellfiring that board. Now, like, very desirable. Assuming Boombots don't just ruin your day.
Yeah.
Okay, because there's a chance that the Boombot kills Dr. Boom.
Ooh.
Oh. All right, I guess maybe the plans have changed.
So the Void Caller, Draxus is really important in this matchup.
Yeah, you're right.
So
I feel really good.
Putting out the Void Caller.
Okay, what's the demon that gets pulled out here? Oh no, Drax got pulled out. All right, guess we're gonna have to fight this one without you. Well, I guess with you, but not the Inferno army. I mean, it is a hard minion to remove. It's 315, and if you can use Defender of Argus like you mentioned, PinPingho to start playing a little bit more aggressive on the board. However, Ddahyoni does have the Brawl. 6 cards remains in Ddahyoni's deck, and PinPingho looks like he has 4 or less. 3 cards. And I think now that Jiraxis got pulled out, I mean, the more I look at it, TJ, I think you're right. Which is, you know, first of all, you know, very impressive. Good job. The second thing, though, is Ddahyoni. I mean, if that's his ticket to the finals, PinPingho might have just thrown it away. Still hard to say, though. But with a Brawl and a Deathwing to remove everything, I'm very skeptical.
Yeah, it was a risk. If Doomguard had come out, that would have been a very threatening board that Ddahyoni would have had to deal with.
So Brawl has to land on the Molten Giant to really ruin Ddahyoni's day. And PinPingho is going to hope that the Giant is the strongest. No, Doomguard. He is protected for now. But the fact that PinPingho lost his Taunt Giver too with the Defender of Argus means he's going to really need some help.
Oh, man.
He's going to need to get a lot of mileage, but the writing could be on the wall.
I just don't think it's going to be enough, Dan. I don't think it's going to be enough.
He can use the weapon or even use Grotmosh. It's perfectly fine. He's just playing a game of keep away because he has the final say.
He has the Deathwing. He has the Golden Monkey. Unless the last couple cards in PinPingho's deck are
like Kodo Rider, something absurd. No, you can't even do that.
A Kodo Rider?
I don't know, something that generates infinite value. I'm trying to think of a substitute for the Inferno, but I'm not really seeing it. All right, Ddahyoni, he's got Revenge, which doesn't really do anything. It's Deathwing time. And PinPingho, does he have any answer to it? No!
Did somebody say infinite value?
That's it. Ddahyoni is the first finalist for the Asia Pacific Finals, fighting his way back and taking down the Chosen One. And Ddahyoni is going to be able to overcome all the obstacles. He didn't finish first.